Oh, hello there. Are we doing a show, Steve?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, well, Detroit did 313. We're back. Steve and Will, we're going to talk Detroit Lions football, but before we get started, please, please, my boy Steve is on here. He's in pain, but he's
Excruciating pain today.
but he's making a sacrifice to talk Detroit Lions football. So just for us, hit that subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously. Don't forget the bell icon so you don't miss our new content. Steve, tell the people what we're talking.
We're gonna get down to those trenches today. We're gonna, we're gonna take a little bit of a break from some draft prospects. We're gonna stick to some guys who are in the NFL, more established. We're gonna talk some more free agents, some guys who can come in, help the team right away. No projects, just some guys you can plug and play. 2D linemen.
Mm-hmm.
We got some junkyard dogs we're gonna talk about.
Yes, sir.
Some defensive linemen that can get after the quarterback, stop the run game. I think we got two calibers of completely different players. We're going to talk about two guys in particular. Will, who do you want to start with first?
I want to go with your dog, man, because I think it'll flow right into the other topic that we got. Let's go with Mr. Denico Autry.
Beast. Little old. Listen, Denico Autry, if the Detroit Lions sign him, he is not going to be a 5-6 year player. He's already 33 years old. I think if we can get 2 more years out of him, get some production, coming off of a career high 11 and a half sacks from the defensive end side. Listen, John Kaminsky, love you. I've always said you're probably the guy on the team that I'd like to sit around a campfire and drink a beer with, but I can't watch your pass rush moves anymore. Third and 11, I need a guy who can get after a quarterback and not set an edge and be worried about the run game. I need someone who can put some pressure on a quarterback, and I think Denico Autry would be a good fit. I don't think he'd be over expensive. I know he's coming off of a career year, so that might jack the price up a little bit, but overall, I think we can get him for a fair price. I'm not going to throw a number out there because I don't know what the market is right now, but 11 and a half sacks from the defensive end spot. That's right up there with Hutchinson on the other side, so that's a guy that I'm at least looking at.
By looking at him, I would mean one of these Lions patented 1-year deals. That's it. That's all I want to see. 2 years would be max, but 1-year deal. 1-year deal. Come to Detroit. Maybe we overpay you a little bit because we don't got to worry about you being on the books after that season, and see if you can have some production for us. I do like the idea of still keeping Kaminsky and Pascal because they are absolute dogs in the run game. Dogs in the run game. For what they lack of a pass rush, they bring to the run game. They set an edge, both of them, like absolute monsters. So from that point of view, I would be down. But outside of that, right, I would probably be out. But it'd be one reason that I would be confident if we did sign him. And that reason would be Terrell Williams. Steve, can you tell him a little bit about Terrell Williams?
Yeah, they kind of go hand in hand. Both are coming from the Tennessee Titans. We're a little late in the game getting to Terrell Williams. There was some stuff going on. We didn't really get to talk to him. Detroit Lions' new defensive line coach and run game coordinator coming from the Titans. So that's kind of why we talked about Denico Autry. They kind of go hand in hand. So I'll say this about the Tennessee Titans had a damn good defense last year. They've had a damn good defense under Mike Vrabel since pretty much he's been there. But you look at the anchor of that defense for the Titans, and that's Jeffrey Simmons, a guy I was begging the Lions to go get last year while he was a free agent, but Tennessee re-signed him. That was probably my number one. My heart was broken. So I look at their number 2 guy, and that was Denico Autry, and who's coached both of these guys, Terrell Williams. So that's who we're getting, Will. I think we got a nice upgrade from John Scott, who I think most people probably are saying, who the hell is John Scott? You're right, because we didn't hear his name much because our defensive line was not very good outside of Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, man. John Scott's claim to fame was supposed to be he's a developer, and he was supposed to come in and be special. I think he was coming away from Penn State to come here to Detroit. I'm not sure what his status is. I apologize, guys. I did not dig into that before we got on air. But again, haven't heard his name much all year. He was supposed to be this guru that helped young guys develop and learn technique. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like moving forward with the signing of Terrell Williams.
Yeah, and just Denico Autry, just real quick, I'm just thinking, I'm with you on the 1-year deal, but what I have to do is, if I'm Denico Autry, I'm probably not taking a 1-year deal when I just had a career season. I'm probably looking for 3 to 4 years. So I'm thinking maybe if we could swindle that down to 2, I think that would be maybe 2 years, $16 million, $17 million, something like that. I think would be affordable and fair. If he's going to take that, I don't know. Like I said, don't know what the market is, but when you're coming off a career year, you don't want a 1-year deal. You want something a little bit more long-term, but understanding that he's in his 30s, early 30s, 33 years old. But like you said about Josh Pascal, I think you could put Denico Autry at D tackle sometimes too. 6'5", 285. That's decent enough size to get inside. That NASCAR package is something I talk about all the time. 3rd and 12, we could put 4 defensive ends out there and go rush the quarterback.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong, man.
Quarterbacks we have in this league.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. I think the great thing about Autry is this: Terrell Williams is going to know exactly what he has left in the tank. So if we signed him, I would be confident that Brad and the guys went and said, "Hey, man, what's he got left?" I would definitely be cautious and assume that Terrell knows something that we don't know if they signed him to more than a 2-year deal, because he's 33 years old, getting into that 35, 36, 37. That would be kind of crazy. But if we sign him to a 1-2-year deal, I'd be fine with it, especially with our complete lack of pass rush. And ultimately, it depends on what other moves we make in free agency. But if it came down to it, it would make sense to me.
I like it. I if it happened, I would give that signing immediately right now today probably a B+. It just automatically upgrades that other defensive end spot next to Aiden Hutchinson. Like I said, we're not trying to knock John Kaminsky, but when it comes to pass rush skills, sacks, numbers, it's just not there.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man, because I don't know if people know, but we got 33 guys that are set to be free agents in some way or another. So I think 20 of them are unrestricted. So
we got some moves to make.
There's going to be some decisions that got to be made.
Tough ones. Let's keep it rolling. Let's talk about the next guy, your guy, DJ Reader from the Cincinnati Bengals, another defensive tackle. We're just trying to beef up this defensive line, guys. We think it's the weakness on the team. As much as the secondary struggles, we've always said that an elite or a very good pass rush covers up a questionable secondary. So how do you feel about DJ Reader as a free agent?
Listen, Steve, I knew about DJ Reader, but I wasn't aware that his contract was up this year. And you had made mention to me earlier this year that it was a contract year for him prior to a bad but maybe good thing happening. And here's why. And here's what that is. DJ Reader, the end of the season, got hurt, tore his quad, right? Season-ending injury. Much bad thing, but we know what Brad likes to do. He likes to go get these guys that are high-value guys and sign them after they're coming back from an injury in hopes that they can have big production for us. So risk reward, Brad likes to play that game. DJ Reader is a dog. Right? Like there is no ifs, ands, and buts or questions about that. So he just came off of let me note it so I don't misquote. This was the final season of a 4-year, $53 million deal for him. He is 29 years old, coming off of an injury. So my thought process again would be this. You have a medical staff that can evaluate him. If that medical staff can assure you that he's good to go, then so be it. If not, give him one of those patented 1-year prove-it deals. Prove to us that you can get it done. He is a large human. You talk about Broderick Martin, right? He is 6'3", almost 340 pounds. I talked about in the episode where you hit me over my head and blindsided me, which I had a lot of fun. But you asked me if I would keep Benito Jones, and I said absolutely. He's an anchor in that run game. Listen, you want to talk about a real anchor in that run game?
Good luck moving DJ Reader.
DJ Reader changes everything. He changes everything. And those you're not gonna just cover or try to block him 1-to-1 either. So that's gonna change some things for guys like Aiden Hutchinson too. So I think that DJ Reader would be an absolute phenomenal signing. And if they know he's healthy, I would sign him to a multiple year deal. Even that he's being 29, with him being 29 years old and not 33 like that ancient man that you were just trying to get us to sign, Autry. He's older than Hendon Hooker that you say should be in a senior home, you know.
Pretty close.
But yeah, if they know he's going to be healthy and they're confident in that, then obviously you can't say but if they're confident in him being healthy and being able to move forward, he would be a guy that I would be willing to sign for a multiple season deal. And if not, overpay him for 1 season, tell him it's a prove it year for him, And let's see.
When it comes to DJ Reader, he's the exact opposite of the guy I chose. And DJ Reader is more of a, I'm just going to be here. I'm going to be a body. You're not going to move me. I'm going to command my space. You're not going to get me off of it. More of a run stopping defensive tackle. He's not like an Aaron Donald. You're not going to see him getting 8-9 sacks a year. I think if you got 3 sacks out of him, that'd be a phenomenal year. He's just a little bulldog that's just going to just annoy you all game. You're not going to move him. You're not going to be able to run the ball. And that's kind of what the Lions have kind of shifted their focus to, is stopping the run, making you pass. Now we kind of need to fix some stuff because our passing game has gotten torched on defense the last 7-8 weeks of the season. But DJ Reader's just a bulldozer.
I would absolutely love to have DJ Reader. I think the difference between DJ Reader and a lot of other defensive tackles is he's playing a yard deep in the backfield. Not only aren't you going to move him, you're not going to stop him from being a yard deep in the backfield, and which creates all types of problems. And where is he a yard deep? Right in the quarterback's mouth.
Yeah, pushing that pocket right back into him.
Yeah, that's the last place you want penetration, right in the middle of the field, right in the quarterback's face. So DJ Reader would be a home run to me. I would love to have him immediate upgrade next to Aleem McNeil. And it would allow Aleem McNeil to play the game that he trained. You know, he got that down 20% body fat. He revved up that motor to be able to rush the passer a little bit. I think DJ Reader will offer some openings for guys like Aleem and Aiden Hutchinson.
Guys, our motto this whole offseason has been, it's going to be an ugly offseason, and we mean that in a good way. We're not going to go out. We're not signing a quarterback. We're not going to go sign a running back. Very, very questionable on if we sign a wide receiver. This is going to be an ugly offseason, we think, where we're going to address some defensive stuff, some trenches, some offensive line, defensive line, maybe a corner, hopefully. We've already talked about Jalen Johnson, Ladarius Sneed. We'll post that video at the end of this one, but it's just an ugly year for the Lions, and that's a good thing to have because we don't have overwhelming glaring needs. We have some holes we need to fix. We need a corner. We need to address our pass rush. We need to tighten up our offensive line. So, like I said, we're not going to be digging into like these fantasy players or these playmakers because on offense we're set. On defense, we need a little bit of help. So that's just where it is. We talked about some guys in the trenches. We still got a long list of guys we're going to keep talking about. We're just talking about two at a time. If there's someone else that's a free agent, we're kind of operating under the assumption that we're not doing a franchise tag. We know how the franchise tag works. No one's been franchise tagged yet. We're just kind of looking at the list of free agents until something happens. We'll cross them off our list if they get tagged or re-signed. But right now, leave a comment down below on someone else you want us to talk about. A couple guys, we'll look into it, see if they fit. Leave a comment. We'll discuss it. Hit that like button. If you're new to this channel, William, they need to subscribe, right?
Hit that subscribe button.
We'll be back later with some more content.